Man, Dr. Life in the business of saving lives. We challenged y'all. We challenged y'all back in October to join us on a 90-day challenge. Let's get in the beginning fit. And we also challenged you in the beginning of November. We challenged you to access the access that you have. All my life, I've been giving y'all access to individuals in the top 1%. In my group, we got a business mentoring program that I created when I was running in 5 links. I call it the 3% Access Network. I've been calling it that for years. And the access that we gave the world to Thomas Felder, and our girl down in Atlanta, Lisa Nicole Cloud, and the many 30 plus multi-millionaires, people of color, straight for the hood, straight from the streets, but was able to come together. And the dopest thing about the group that I'm talking about, they all married. They all been in business and been married. And most of them are business partners with them and their wife. And that was a dream for me, yo. And so now we here. And as a whole family, my family, we're gonna work with the Thomases, and then we're gonna give y'all also access to something called the Top Flight Assessment. I'm incorporated into the communication with my bride and with each one of my children, and communication with the world, and communication with coaching. When I'm coaching my youngest, I'm about to coach my youngest to championships like I did with the other ones. And we're gonna use this I call it Top Gun, Top Flight, because my wife is her R.P.G. and I'm R.P.G. Top Gun, Top Flight, Top Dog, and the top slum dog billionaire, flipping the slums. Top Dog, Top Flight Assessment, extreme supernatural execution. All right. So right now we're focusing on a meal. I'm presenting myself as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is my reasonable service to my bride and my children and my family and those that love me. I'm presenting myself as a living sacrifice. So I'm changing what I eat, changing everything. And we're starting here with this. So I'm about to prepare a clean meal. I'm about to prepare a clean meal and eat it. Then I'm gonna hit the weights. Then I'm gonna go to the physical gym. Yeah, in that order. That's the order that I'm about to do. I'm about to Like I said, it's Dr. Life, and it's time for Dr. Life to eat this clean meal. I'm about to juice these carrots. Eat carrots. I'll make me a fly sandwich, salad. And to put some weight on my stomach, I'm gonna probably make me a clean sandwich. What I call a clean sandwich is peanut butter and jelly. You can't increase your high blood pressure. You can't go wrong with peanut butter and jelly. And right now I'm not making the peanut butter, but I'm going to make the peanut butter. And I'm going to go through the canning process, and I'm going to make the jelly too. Because I got access to a place where they do that at and where they teach that at. And so the reason I'm doing this is because most people don't have a clue about any of that, what I just said. And so as I go through my process of going back home to the places that have been helping me in this battle, I got high blood pressure. And I got the stripes. This is from being a general in another type of battle. Aortic aneurysm, splenic aneurysm cut me open to go in and fix the arteries. The high blood pressure did that. So this is real for me and my family. And I'm trying to let them know that I'm not playing. So I'm going to juice this and drink this. I'm going to eat this salad, and I'm going to make 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Then I'm going to go over there and I'm going to hit the weights. Then I'm going to walk out the door into the basketball gym and I'm going to shoot. But before I do all of that and walk out the door, I'm going to make sure all of my wife's honeydew list is done as well. That's first and foremost. So let's go. I'm getting my knife. My knife and my handy dandy cutting board. Got these lights on back here. It's a little dark. It's a little dark in the background. That's better. All right. My little juicer. Understand? Pulp comes out on this side. This side over here. I'll take the back. This is the strainer for the pulp. This is where the clean juice is going to come out. This side over here. This side is going to spit out the pulp. And I'm just doing straight up carrot juice by itself. I also have complications with my kidneys. I'm not claiming none of that. I'm just telling you where the starting point is. That we're in the process of reversing. So carrot juice is great for the healing of the kidneys. We're not managing chronic illnesses around here. We healing chronic illnesses around here. We're reversing chronic illnesses around here. All right. I'm gonna do this one hardcore. I'm not gonna add no juices, no sweeteners, no nothing. I'm just gonna put this carrot, this carrot in here, and the water to make it juice. Also, with the high blood pressure challenges, I'm committing to drinking proper amounts of water. I'm committed to drinking the proper amounts of water. For those of y'all with high blood pressure, what the medical establishment ain't gonna tell you. Remember, I'm Dr. Life, in the business of saving lives. I must be about my Heavenly Father's business. First responder, responding to unnatural, artificial, lawless disasters. So my allegiance is not to an establishment. My allegiance is to the least of these, my brethren. I'm going to tell you what they ain't going to tell you. I'm going to give you what they ain't going to give you. And we don't care who don't like it, who don't, whatever. And then my challenge is knowing it and sharing it, and all of this time playing around and not applying it. So I'm leading by example like I've done on every team. And if you check my resume and talk to anybody, there's no greater history and record of being captain, being general, being a champion, battling, having dominion. There's no better resume. Zero. So instead of knowing that all this stuff is around us and knowing how it can do this and that, I'm going to show you by example. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. Then I'm going to give my family another 100 years if God don't come back. And I'm going to reverse whatever damage done when you eat the way they tell you to eat. It's a Food and Drug Administration that's going to put you in the grave. And they're going to make trillions of dollars in the process while you're on your way. But if you do what God said, this ain't what I said. If you do what God said, everything that I'm saying is in the word. The rest, the sunlight, what you should eat. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just telling you that the script for your body to heal itself, people don't even know that your body, in 8 months, your body will heal itself from any disease. If you give it the right vitamins and nutrients and water, your body will heal itself. If you mess around and let it go to the point of no return, then you could try and get it right. But if you waited too long, you can't blame that on nobody trying to help you get it right. You can't blame that on doing it the right way because you waited too late. So I'm leading by example. I ain't talking about nothing. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. And I'm going to tell y'all how we got in this situation. Kidneys, level stage 4, kidney failure. Ain't no other stages besides dialysis. You know that's a death. That's death. But there's a other direction you could go in. Because God designed the body. You got red blood cells and white blood cells. Your red blood cells and your white blood cells are like the ants that got put on the earth. God said, consider the ant. The way the ant go to war, it's nothing in the animal kingdom that want to deal with, mess with the ant. Nothing. God said, consider the ant. When it move in silence and violence. And it dismembers whatever's in its path. God said, consider the ant, the smallest little thing. Man, you let a rabbit, you let anything walk on that ground and walk in the path of that whole body of ants, in a short little while, it will be gone. Gone. God said, consider the ant, the smallest little thing. Why? Because the way they move, they don't move individually. They're moving as all 20 billion of us. So I'm just letting y'all know. We don't care about, you know what I'm saying? We don't care about the establishment, and we don't care about the narrative that they taught and what they taught and what, man, listen, we care about life. Your life. Okay? So we're going to give you life. But I'm going to give my family life first. I'm going to give them my life. In every way, shape, or form. Then I'm going to make sure while I'm giving my life to my wife and my babies, that the least of these, my brethren, can go where I'm going and go where we going, to the kingdom. Transformed and transfigured. So once again, we juicing every day. We eating clean every day. And all of this misinformation about protein and this and that and this and that, we're going to show you. And then I got a challenge, and I called in the heavy hitters. I called in my main man, E.T. the hip hop preacher. I called in my main man, Edwin McDonald. I called in his main man. Because we not only doing the physical, we starting with the marriage. We were making the marriage over. Once again, this is what God commanded. Beloved, that's your one love, image, marriage. Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper. That's your finances. Second, your finances. And be in health. Third, even as your soul spiritually prospers. 4 dimensions. We the only ones that's doing 4D TV. 4D TV. Hollywood Studios, Hollywood Pictures, 4D TV. Y'all still on the 3rd internet. That's dead and gone. The 2nd internet is dead and gone. The first internet was your email, AOL.com. Everybody in the world, when they got on the internet, they just got an email, and they thought that was the internet. First internet was email. Second internet was when they connected, and it was the Yahoo search engine and the Yahoo technological age. Wasn't no Google, wasn't no Facebook, wasn't no none of that. It was the Yahoo era, internet number 2. And the pornographic industry dominated the internet in 1 and 2. And 3. Now everybody, you gotta be on an app. Check in on the plane, you gotta be on an app. The old internet is gone. Search engine, boop, 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 is gone. If you ain't on that app, they not messing with you. Because now they get their revenue off of apps and how many people is in an app. Ain't no more money, advertising money in the old internet. So that is dead. But just like we created websites before there was Facebook. We created 4D TV, bro. 4D TV. Based off of the commands and how God always, he's commanding in fours, because he said the cornerstone that the builders rejected has become the capstone. Cornerstone has 4 corners. And the world worships the pyramid with 3 corners. That's where y'all get y'all Trinity from. God said he is the cornerstone. That's why we alien rock nation. The bedrock cornerstone. God always speaks in fours. It's the Godhead. It ain't no Trinity. The cornerstone that the builders rejected. The builders are the Egyptians with their Trinity triangle. And that's the same food diagram pyramid of death. He said they rejected me. And then you gonna let them teach you how to eat? You gonna let them run your health system? You gonna trust their pharmaceutical industry? You're gonna trust their doctors? When their head doctor is a general, the Surgeon General. What war? Who are they fighting? They fighting against God separating his children way back in Genesis. And the ones who followed him, Noah and his Noah, you are perfect in your generation. Noah lived the longest on earth, 965 years. Then he looked over at Cain and he cursed Cain and all his children and said, you won't live over 120 years. So whose line is the world end? When the average lifespan in the U.S.A. in the U.S., if the U.S. lifespan, average lifespan, it ain't even close to 120. It's 70. And if U.S. got the most farms, the most grocery stores, if the lifespan in the U.S. is that, whose model from the beginning has the world followed? Those who died in the flood. And when you follow those who died in the flood, you will be those who die in the fire. Because God said it ain't gonna be water next time. He put the rainbow out top. He like, look at the spectrum, yo. I promise you. Don't worry, it ain't gonna be water next time. It's gonna be a rain though. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. Rain down fire. It's gonna rain. Listen, he said rain down fire. And then he said, don't you know that your body is the temple of God, the indwelling of the Holy Spirit? Whoever destroys the temple. So this is why I'm not playing with this. I did not purposely decide to do that. That's called suicide. That's called suicide. What I did was I kept telling myself, yo, I'm such an elite athlete. Listen, I'm such a specimen that I can eat how I want to eat. And even when they was telling me I had high blood pressure, I'm like, man, you don't get out of here. Like, me? I'm like, I'm still running full course back and down, still beating all my kids. Like me, I'm a specimen. I was in denial, y'all. I was in straight up denial. Lying to myself. And then the episodes just kept getting worse. First, we thought it was a stroke. Episodes kept getting worse. But the last time in 2017, I ain't even supposed to be here to be talking about nothing. I was laid up in a coma. Man, I lost a whole year of my life, yo. So now I'm gonna put the discipline that I put into being one of the most dominant ball players. I'm putting that discipline into life. And we're gonna challenge y'all to join us. We're gonna challenge y'all to join. We on day 45. You can start right now. ET been with us the whole time. ET saw what we was doing, saw our request to help us communicate better, gave us access. I've been getting at him, and I've been designing my own. This year, I've been designing this year for 3 years, knowing ET was going to respond. Before he even responded, I already created the challenges, everything. And when he did respond, we're going to use it. We're going to use the top flight assessment. Listen, I'm telling you, the tool that I'm talking about is so powerful, yo. I watched him go into NFL teams and all of that. It's a coaching tool. But I was like, man, I'm going to use that with my wife. Crazy. For a whole year, ET going to coach you on how to apply the same techniques that he applied to help these institutions get into the Super Bowl and the Final Four and all of that. I'm like, man, I'm gonna use that with my kids. I'm gonna have me and my kids, we all gonna get trained. Me, my wife, my kids, we all gonna get trained. Then we're gonna take a group of people that we coaching and that we mentoring and that we whatever. We're gonna invite all of them to come and get coached too through us. And give you access to ET and the top flight assessment. Then he came out special. Yo, KENISHA, yo, dang. Let's teach the least of these our brethren, trapped in the generational curses of poverty, how to go from the negative 1% into the top 1%. I'm like, oh, that's Jacob's ladder. Oh, you're talking about Jacob's ladder now, bro. Jacob was like, yo, I wrestle with God and man and prevail. But God said, if you call my covenant a delight, I will cause you to ride upon the high places of the earth, and I will feed you with the heritage of King Cyrus. That's the perfect line that followed Noah's line from the door. And the heritage of Jacob. Jacob is the imperfect line of Cain that accepted God's plan of redemption. God don't ever speak about the perfect line. Noah was so perfect that he had children still to this day, us included, who still follow the same covenant that he did. But God went to Abraham and Jacob and made a covenant with Jacob and spelled it out, because there was so many people after the flood doing the Cain's model again. And God, like the fire coming, y'all better take this plan of redemption. And when Abraham did, and Isaac did, and then Jacob did, God said, I will feed you with the heritage of Jacob. But don't be fooled. That's not the greatest covenant. Don't let them fool you. But God is about focusing on the underdog. He said, I have not come to call the righteous, but the wicked. He said, the sick have need of a physician. Why I need to come and get perfect Noah? He perfect. I'm only focusing on those who are currently lost. Stop focusing on the lost in the word of God, calling the lost God's chosen, and following them and still being lost. That's insanity. Looking at the lost, calling them God's children. All right. So, got these carrots done. Chop them, throw them in here, throw the water in here, and drink a shot of life. Let living food be your medicine. If they don't ship your vegetables from China, there's no vitamins and minerals in none of that. It's dead. You're going through the motions, eating vegetables that come from other countries. Straight up. It's dead. And when they package it and when they ship it and move it, they add preservatives and they add genetically modified potions to make it shine, make it look good. Man, that thing dead is, I don't know what. Let living food be your medicine and live. They ain't gonna tell you that neither.
Ain't no money in you getting your food out the ground. There's no trick.
Y'all gotta understand, when they say capitalism, they telling you we trying to capitalize off of your ignorance, and we gonna find a way to make money off of you not doing what God say. That's what capitalism mean, yo.
Oh, for real, you listen to us?
Got you, cha-ching. They can't bill you for a disease until they name it. They got to define the disease to be able to bill you for it. That's capitalism. They got to artificially manufacture the disease so that they can create a brand new pill, because the old pills, inflation, charges done went up. So we need a new pill so we can charge you more. Come on, man. Y'all got to do better, man. Y'all got to do better, man. Running around here claiming a system that don't give you nothing back. They'll only give you death. We got to do better. I need enough water. Gotta add more water. After I drink this, I'm gonna go hit these weights. I'm gonna prove to my wife and my kids I'm not playing. Word. All right, so I'm gonna cut right now. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna juice it. I'm gonna eat it. And I'll see y'all in a minute when we hit the weights. One.